1. Now, you may start.
Change to Hong Kong's data protection laws. Some companies to stop providing services in the city. According to an industry groups that represents some of the world's top tech firms.
Okay. Can you quickly summarize that paragraph for me?
Yeah, uh, this paragraph tells that the Hong Kong government would change will change the law, will change the data protection laws,
Okay.
and the
And that's sufficient. So data protection laws will be changed. So
yeah,
I'm going to put this in here. Merch. And we're going to summarize the entire article in a little bit. Data protection
protection law
laws. What do
will will be changed.
will be changed? Okay, next paragraph.
Uh,
The prospect.
yeah, the prospect of a retreat from Hong Kong was floated in a letter released publicly this week by the Asia Internet Coalition.
AIC, Asia Internet Coalition.
Asia, Asia Internet Coalition, the Singapore-based association that counts Facebook, Twitter, and Google was as members.
Okay, and summarize this paragraph for me.
Uh, the AIC will the AIC will retreat 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 situation.
Okay, try not to tell it to me from what it says. This prospect of a retreat. What does the word retreat mean? What does retreat mean?
The AIC will probably will change the the policy the policy to Hong Kong.
So retreat means to go back, to change. So they're probably going to change.
Change
The,
the the condition.
that sounds fine. That would be sufficient. The AIC will. Oops. The AIC
Will
will
change the
most likely
likely.
change their position on some social media. And that social media would be Facebook, Twitter, Google. Okay? All right. And the next one, next paragraph. The memo.
The memo, which is dated June 25th and sent by the group to Hong Kong's Privacy Commissioner for Personal Data, Ada Lining, pushes back on a recent introduced bill that seeks to crack down on doxing.
Okay. And what is this paragraph about? What does pushback mean?
pushback. Uh, reject.
Mm-hmm. Or it's an argument, argues for or against something. So this is Ada Chung La Ling. This is someone's name, Ada Che La Ling. Ada Che La Ling pushes back on recently introduced bill that seeks to crack down on doxing. And we know that doxing is personal information. Okay?
Yeah.
So in this memo that was sent, personal data, according to Ada Chung La Ling, they're going to crack down on doxing. So there will be some pushback or questions or an argument. So pushes back means an argument. So there's going to be an argument on doxing.
The crack down. What does the phrase mean?
Okay, and crackdown is it's a phrasal verb, and crackdown is just like we're going to come down firm on something. We're going to make strong decisions about something, cracking down on it. We're going to make sure that what should take place takes place. It's reinforced. They're going to reinforce to make sure that what they put in place is sustainable, it's going to work. And let's see if I can find yet even a better definition for you. Find crackdown. And let's see what it. It's to discourage undesirable or illegal people or behavior. This is just one way of looking at it, but I'm going to say that it is to make sure that what is ethical, legal, and true, that it takes place. They're going to make sure that it happens. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So they want to make sure that if doxing should not be taking place, they're going to crack down to make sure that it isn't taking place, that people's personal information is not being divulged and shared inappropriately. So let's go with Ada. Oops. What did I erase up there? So Ada, CHUNG. Will make sure that doxing is discontinued. Okay, so Ada Lawling will make sure that doxing is discontinued. Okay, and the practice referring to sharing private information of individuals online to open them up as targets for harassment. All right, so we can just put this. We just know that this is the definition of. We know that this is the definition of doxing. Let's see. DOXXING is. Okay, so that's the practice of doxing. Okay. Now let's read the next paragraph. The Hong Kong government.
The Hong Kong government says this has been a particularly widespread issue since 2019, when the city was
Engulfed.
by mass protests. Officials says it can lead to people's photographs, identity card information, and address being given out without their consent.
Okay, so the Hong Kong government says this has been a particularly widespread issue since 2019, when the city was engulfed by mass protests. Officials say it can lead to people's photographs, identity card information, and addresses being given out without their consent. There again, it is explaining what the word doxing actually means. Okay, can you summarize this paragraph?
Uh, the 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 leak, the personal data issue, the personal data issue uh, already already was founded at 2019,
Okay.
and uh, and
What does the word widespread mean?
means share something at share something in a in a in a big area.
Very good. So widespread means that a lot of people's personal information, their photographs, their identity card information, and addresses is being widely spread to other individuals, which means that individuals' privacy information is being shared. Individuals' private information is being shared. Engulfed means that lots of people are doing it. Lots of people have the opportunity to see personal information. Mass and widespread practically means the same thing. Mass and widespread practically means the same thing. Okay? And this engulf means to include. So here we're just saying that doxing is widely spread, and this is what the government wants to limit or even end. Okay, so the government wants to stop this widely spread doxing, which is the spreading of people's personal information. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. And the last one, the last paragraph, between June, oh, is that the last one? Okay, let's go with between June
2019 and May 2021, more than 5,700 doxing related cases were handled by the Hong Kong's Office of the Privacy Commissioner for Personal Data, but the number of incidents have fallen off since 2019. According to the privacy watchdog, it said it received 1,036 doxing complaints in 2020, a 76% drop from the year prior.
From the year prior. Okay, let's take a look at between June 2019. Take this out. Between June 2019 and May 2021, more than 5,700 doxing related cases were handled by the Hong Kong's Office of the Privacy Commissioner for Personal Data. But the number of incidents have fallen off since 2019, according to the privacy watchdog. It said it received 1,036 doxing complaints in 2020, a 76% drop from the prior year. So what could we quickly summarize this paragraph to mean? Okay, could we say that doxing has decreased by 76%?
Yeah.
Okay, could you add anything else? Would you like to add anything else to that?
Oops. The first sentence, what the first sentence
Go ahead, I'm listening.
yes, the first sentence, I want to know the first sentence, what want to say.
Between this sentence, between 2019 and May 2021, more than 5,700 doxing related cases were handled by the Hong Kong's Office of the Privacy Commissioner for Personal Data. So between June 2019 and May 2021, it says that there was 5,700 reported incidences of doxing. However, it said it received 1,036 doxing complaints in 2020. So maybe complaints in 2020, not 2019 to May 2021. In 2020, so if I put 2020 to May 2020, it said it received 1,036 doxing complaints in 2020. Drop, 76% drop from the prior year. So the prior year would be 2019. I'm not exactly sure how I am understanding this, because they're comparing 2020 here. We're looking at 2020. But it says here, June 2019 and May 2021, there was more than 5,700. So that's between 2019, 2020, and 2021. That was 5,700. And then if we look at 2020, we're only looking at 2020 to May 21. We're looking at one year, 2020 to May 21. Okay, because we're not at the end of the year. We're not at the end of May 21. So just starting at 2020, maybe from January 2020 to May 2021, there's only 1,036 doxing complaints. So let's just take the information that is presented and leave off 2019, and we'll just say doxing has decreased by 76% from 2020 to May 2021. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I just want to take this part out, and we're just going to read. Why am I not able to delete this out? So what you're going to do now, we're going to just work on speaking for fluency about the article that we just read with the highlights that I have. And okay, first you can just read the information that is yellow. You can read all the information in yellow, and then you're going to tell it to me. All right. Data protection laws will be changed. The AIC will most likely change their position on some social medias. Ada Chung Laling, we could probably just say Laling. Laling will make sure that doxing is discontinued. Doxing is widely spread, and this is what the government wants to limit or even end. And the doxing has actually decreased by 76% from 2020 to May 21. Okay, so just read all of that. Just read all of the yellows. Read everything in yellow.
Okay. Data protection laws will be changed. The AIC will most likely change their position on some social media. Laling will make sure that doxing is discontinued. Doxing is widely spread, and this is what the government wants to limit or even end. Doxing has decreased by 73% from 2020 to May 2021.
Okay, and that's 76%. You said 73%.
Oh, 76.
Okay, so what we know now is that the data protection laws will be changed in Hong Kong. The AIC will change their position, their thinking, the way that they're doing things now on social media. Laling said that she wanted to make sure that the doxing would be discontinued, and we know that doxing is the release of personal and private information, and the government has some control over what information can be dispensed to the public. And according to this article, doxing has decreased by 76% from 2020 to May 2021. Now, however you wish to say this, these are your notes, and this is how you're going to work on saying it fluently to talk about the article. You can say other things that you remember from reading the article, but you can focus on your notes. These are your notes that will help you remember what the article is about. All right?
Okay.
What is this article about?
This article tells about Hong Kong. Hong Kong will change data protection laws,
Mm-hmm.
and the AIC will most will most probably change their position on social media.
Okay, try to give me a little bit more information. You can give me this part. Try to give me a few more words that's not listed here.
Uh,
Why? Why might they change? The AIC will most likely change their position on some social media because, or you can give me some examples of social media. Just give me something more than just the one sentence
uh,
that is here.
because doxing is badly spread,
Okay.
and this and the government want to limit or even end it.
Okay.
And Lalin will make sure that doxing is discontinued.
Okay.
Uh, doxing has decreased by 76% from 2020 to May 2021.
Okay. So now we've got a handle on what this article is about. Let's choose a few words now to just be our guide. Protection laws, social media, doxing, and limit or end 76% 2020 2021. Okay. Now, in Hong Kong, there are laws that are being considered to be put in place because of this doxing that is taking place. Doxing is the sharing of personal information such as photographs, birth dates, and other personal information that people would like to keep private and not share on social media such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. In Hong Kong, Laling says that they want to limit doxing or put an end to it completely. And in 2020, between 2020 and May of 21, the spread of personal information has been reduced. Okay, so these are just my notes that we're using now to speak about the article. Could you try?
Uh, in, in, in Hong Kong, uh, the protection law will be changed, and because of because more personal information by personal information uh, uh, are shared by social media. And Lalin want to uh, dis- discontinue the doxing, and the Hong Kong government also want to limit or end the doxing. The doxing the doxing is also the doxing also decreased 76% from 2020 to 2021.
Okay, very good. Now, this information is going to come from whatever comes to you in your head. What do you think about those laws? What do you think about the doxing law in Hong Kong that they're implementing? What do you think about that?
Uh,
What are your
uh,
thoughts?
I think it is hard for government to drop a line. Uh, what information should be should you can share at the social media.
hmm I personally would not want my information shared with everyone. I would not want my personal information shared with everyone. Do you feel the same, or does it matter to you that your
Uh,
personal information could be shared?
I mean, if you post your personal information uh, on your Twitter or Facebook, and other people other people will copy it and to another and post it on another website.
hmm How do you feel
And
about that? How do you feel about that?
uh, if other people just show the information I share I shared before,
hmm
it's okay.
What if what if these people are not using the information to share, but they're using your personal information that they copied from social media to open up a credit card in your name? They may steal your identity. They may create a passport using your name and information. So you're losing your identity. I think that that's not a good thing to have my personal information available for people
Uh,
to use. Now, I know on social media you have to put in some information, but no one should be able to copy all of my information. Some information is just too personal.
I mean, if you post the information in the internet, and in my in in my mind, uh I think you everyone can see your post, and can use the information.
hmm Well, they can use the information, but what about the information about yourself? What about the information about your personal self? Most of the time, if you're applying for loans or buying a home or a car, there's certain information that you have to give that you don't have to give to everyone. But if your information is available for everyone to look at, people can be creative, use your personal information that they copied from the internet, and open up accounts in your name.
I think the government should should uh, should should use some personal identity tag
hmm
to make sure your personal information, not not just to make more law to limit your behaviors on the internet.
Okay. So we're not asking. I'm not sure if they were actually wanting to limit your use of the internet. I think it's limiting the type of information that they can ask. I think that there's. I think it's just suggesting that things such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, there are certain pieces of information that we should not have to provide to use the service. But whatever the case may be, it is reducing in Hong Kong because of the laws that they have in place. All right, then. So that takes us to the use of minimizing.
You mean people should give less personal information to the big social companies like Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
Google, Facebook.